Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be another, I don't know why I clapped then, another grocery haul and meal plan. So if you want to see what I bought this week and what meals we're having, then keep watching. You might hear a little bit of background noise because I've got a poorly boy off this week. January has just said to our family, let's just mix it up a little bit and keep you on your toes. So yeah, Stanley's not been very well for the past, he was off yesterday and he's off today. Feel like he'll be all right for Friday, but I just want to see how he gets on, do you know what I mean? So you might hear him playing, I call it FIFA, but now they call it like FC 25, I think, or something like that. That's what he's playing. So you might hear that slightly because I just want to keep the doors open so I can keep an ear on him while I'm doing this. But this is a Tesco shop as usual. I worked with Tesco in the past, but it's not an ad. And yeah, we've got some good meals going this week. I think some simple ones, some that are a little bit different. And yeah, just trying to keep all the fruits and veggies in, trying to feel good, start the year off relatively okay-ish. So I will start rabbiting on and we will just crack on with the grocery haul part, and then the meal plan will be at the end, or if you prefer, it's all written down in the description box below as well. So this is everything that we have this week. So we're going to start with the fruit and veg. We've got bacon potatoes. I always buy these loose. I know I've said this a few times, but for 5 of them we paid £1.30, but the size of them is so much better than when you buy them in a pre-made pack, because I always feel they're sort of that big, do you know what I mean? So I'd always recommend doing that. Got some asparagus, some spring onions, lettuce. This is just an iceberg one that was on offer. The beetroot, again, we're in love with beetroot at the moment. 2 large cucumbers, tomatoes, a couple of loose onions, some garlic, avocados, and then fruit wise we've got apples. I don't know why the apple juice is there, obviously it just wanted to be with its people. The small bananas, a very small watermelon, raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, and then I've got a smaller pack of blueberries here because I want to make some blueberry muffins with natural yogurt in kind of thing for possible breakfast, just to think of different ideas really. And then we've got some grapes and satsumas, so that's all the fruit and veg this week. We've got some poppadoms, mango chutney, and then I thought I would try these Potts sauces. If you've ever had them, let me know if they're nice. This is a Caroline curry, and it's got coconut cream, fennel, and roasted chilies. It sounds very nice. And then we've also got a tikka masala, and I've got some frozen chicken, so I thought we could use those one night and just have a bit of a curry night with some poppadoms. You know what I should have done for ours, which is this one, I think is a bit spicier. I should have got some mushrooms to put in, but there's still time, I can always do that. Oyster sauce, I'm making some spam fried rice for dinner tonight, and this is really good for the coating, the sauce within it. I've got some pizza sauce because I'm going to do homemade pizzas, baked beans, and just some chocolate chip. I'm trying to think of different alternative breakfast ideas. So I was thinking of sort of porridge. I've got the blueberry muffins, and I thought some dark chocolate chips with some raspberries on some porridge could be a bit more interesting for the kids. I just feel while it's cold, they sort of want something hearty in the morning, but we don't always have time, do you know what I mean? So if you've got any alternative ideas of things that I could give them, let me know. I've got some Bisto Best. I'm just going to do token a haul with easy gravy this weekend, and these are new. As you can see, Italian inspired panini duo, and you kind of put them in paninis, or you can put them with toasty or a sourdough or a bagel, and you cook them on each side, in a panini press or in a pan, and it's meant to go all melty. So it's salami with fennel and then smoked provola. So I just thought that would be a nice option because I was getting some olives anyway, and it was in that 2 for however much it is deal, so I thought I'd get that to try it as well. And we've got some green olives, And then we've got some salted butter, extra mature cheddar that was on offer, 2 packs of Brunswick ham, 2 packs of mozzarella. They've taken the mozzarella and cheese mix out of the 2 for £4 type deal, which has really annoyed me because I prefer that mix because I just think it generally tastes a bit nicer. I don't know if it's just an online error and they've like not put it back in yet, but I'm just getting the mozzarella for now. And if I do want to grate a bit of cheddar, because I normally put that in my big food processor anyway and grate it, then I will do. But I just, as I've spoken about before, I like this because I find it less wet. We don't have like the best quality mozzarella here in the UK unless you want to spend over the earth for it. And I just find that like a lot of the time it can be quite watery, whereas this is really good on pizzas. I got 2 packs of these pork chipolatas for £5, so there's 12 in each. And I would say that like when we do like sausages toast in the whole, sometimes like people can want like 3 or 4 sausages, so it's just working out like how many we need, you know what I mean? And then the leftover I will use for a pasta bake for the kids. And these sausages are just for our traditional sausage like bagels on Saturday morning after all the clubs, is like kind of like a brunch lunch. And then Mark's got the usual 0% fat yogurt. We've got 2 packs of the eggs back there, a toasty, some sesame bagels, and then some hot dog rolls because I noticed that we had some hot dogs left in the fridge in one of those jars, and I thought it would be good to have as like a backup meal. We normally see my grandparents on a Friday, however I just want to see how Stan does because he's off school at the moment. And then if I still don't feel like he's 100% and I don't want to pass it on, then they can have hot dogs and like veggie sticks and that sort of thing on Friday instead, with some chips, that sort of vibe. Corn nuggets, because they are the best. These Happy Monkey milkshakes make my children so happy. I cannot explain, they're £1 for a pack. So I got some more of those because they like having them from time to time. The innocent smoothies are on offer for £2 and they're enjoying having these in their packed lunches sometimes or in the morning, just depends. Walls snack sausage rolls, these are on offer, so I picked them up because they're great for packed lunches again. Fridge raid of 3 packs at the moment are all £1 each. So obviously I've only got 9 here and I've got 3 kids, so they don't last that long, but it's quite nice because they've all got one of each and they're great again as an additional like little protein snack source in their lunchbox, keeps them nice and full. And then we got some pepperonis because they love them. Excuse the washing in the sink. Frubes, squashums were on offer, and Munch Bunch, they weren't on offer but these 2 were, and I like to have a variety because they really like a yogurt, my kids, and it's good for calcium and all that jazz. Vitamin D, there we go. Oh, you got it right. I got some Biscoff little mini packs for packed lunches, and then pick me up mini packs as well because I just thought they'd be a nice like alternative for sticking in a treat in the lunch. And then we got Frazzles, chipsticks and Walkers for the crisps. And then over here, Pop, lemon and lime 0, orange 0, cherry cola 0, Fairy, needed some of that. And I always talk about how like I always buy Fairy because it's one of those products that like the main brand genuinely is better than the cheaper alternatives because it does last longer, it does. I don't know what they do to it, but it's bloody good, that stuff. And then speaking of which, we always get the Fairy Platinum dishwash tablets. Mark added those. Then we got some toilet roll, the extra long rolls, and we have 3 toilets in this house, so it's 2 for each. This extra large pack of Fairy pods was on offer, so I thought I would get it and then it would be more cost effective in the long run. And then we have some little snacks. These are prawn crackers but a completely different shape, and I just wanted to try them. We're doing the spam fried rice for tonight, as I've said, and I thought these would be cute as a little side. And then I also got some crispy seaweed thins to have with it as well, and I might do like an egg for everyone, you know, like just make it a little fancy. I'm quite excited to make that for everyone tonight. But that is everything. Now onto the meal plan. So on the meal plan for this week, so it runs from Thursday to Wednesday, and tonight I'm actually going to do spam fried rice with like little bits and bobs, like the little prawn snacks that I've showed you and the seaweed. Thought it would just be a little bit different, something nice for the kids to try. We have the spam in the like store cupboard over there, and I just kind of wanted to use things up. I find that like we have a few bits in now and again and they stay in there, and I like to try and keep things on rotation and just sort of look around for inspiration sometimes, because it's just you know, it's good to keep it going. I'm quite excited about that. Like, if you've ever been on the fence about spam, it's honestly so nice in a fried rice dish, especially if you get it all crispy around the edges. Sometimes with this dish you can add like pineapple in as well. I might actually even do that, but I'm gonna add peas and sweet corn, which I've already got in the freezer, so it's really, really simple. And I am gonna pre-cook my rice and let that, like the starch cool on the outside of it. Is the best way to make fried rice. You just need to ensure that you bring it up to a piping hot temperature again, obviously, when you're frying it off. But really, really simple, and one that I think everyone will like tonight. And then on Friday, all being well, if like Stan's obviously better in himself and like the other two are healthy and well as well, we will go and visit my grandparents. We didn't go last week because it was like my birthday and that sort of thing, but I really want to see them. It'd be really nice to catch up with them, so it's one of those where I'm just hoping that everybody's healthy. Do you know what I mean? But we normally go there and my grandma will do like dinner for the kids, and then we'll eat something here afterwards. And we normally, as you know by now, sometimes we'll get a takeaway if we get back a bit later, or other times we'll get things out of the freezer. Like we have frozen curries a lot, like frozen chilies, like just bits and bobs, or like whatever we fancy really. Like sometimes we have a pizza out of the freezer, just depends on what mood we're in. But I quite like having a Friday be a bit more relaxed, because the rest of the week feels so like hectic and there's always like a meal plan and I've got to like think about what I'm doing, whereas on Friday it's just nice to go like, oh, just see how it goes. Saturday, actually this will mean that we won't have pizza, at least on Friday night. We're going to do homemade pizza night because I really enjoy doing this with the kids, and then from some brand work that I've been doing recently, I have left over like pepperoni and meats and stuff like that, which I would like to use up, and I just feel like it makes sense. It's something that everybody enjoys, and I've already got the bread flour in my cupboard, and I've got the bread maker, so I just make the dough that way. And it's nice like to have sort of like a communal social meal, if you know what I mean. We really enjoy doing that, and we probably do like homemade pizza every other week, something like that. Sunday, keeping it simple, one that everybody likes, I'm using toad in the hole. So I've got those sausages, the 2 for £5 pack. Won't use all of them. Any remainder from those 2 packs will go into another recipe, which we'll talk about in a second. And I'm going to do some mash, and then probably just something like peas and gravy, that kind of vibe. If I fancy something else on the day, like I can always pick it up. Sometimes I do like cauliflower cheese, so I can always grab a cauliflower, but I just wanted to keep it simple. Because our weekend's sometimes so busy, and then like when it gets to Sunday, you know, like some weekends you're really in the mood for a Sunday dinner and you love like prepping it all and cooking it, and then other weekends you're just like, I cannot be bothered with all like the prep and the peeling and this, that and the other. So this is kind of like an in-between, because I feel like toad in the hole still says like Sunday, but it's less work, which I quite like. So we're gonna do that, and then the leftover sausages, I'm gonna do a sausage pasta bake for the kids, so that will use up any veggies that we've got. Say for example like peppers or tomatoes. We have chopped tomatoes in the cupboard already, and it's one that I can like prep in my lunch break and then stick in the oven when we get home, and then it's easy for us to go on to swimming lessons, because this is exciting. I feel like you'll relate if you're a mum and you put like multiple kids and you're always like doing swimming lessons and you're here, there and everywhere. For the last like few years, Daisy and Stanley have had swimming lessons. Sometimes we've been lucky to have them on the same day, and then more recently they've been on separate days, so we've had Monday and we've had Tuesday. But I'm very pleased to report that Stan has moved up, and what that means is that we had a better option of times, and now his swimming lesson is pretty much like just after school finishes, so we've got enough time to get back, get changed, and then go there, which means that when it's finished I can just come back and like, it's less rushing, and it just feels so good to be able to do that. That said, just for this week, I'm still going to feed us separately while we get into that new routine and stuff, because I don't know how much time I am going to have once we get home. So I'll probably still have to think of a relatively quick meal to feed all of us, but it's just really, really good to have that change. And then Daisy needs 4% to completely finish swimming lessons for good, because she's on stage 7. So I'm really excited when that happens, because then that means that Tuesday evenings are then free, which, looking at it from this point in the year, it just means then that we've got more evenings, you know, when like it's sunny and it's warm and we can spend the evening like sat in the garden and playing or getting out and about, and there's just a little bit more freedom. So I'm really, really excited about that, because every night during the week it's just, there's always something on, and I think I've spoken about that in another grocery haul. Like sometimes it just feels like a lot, and I think I'm quite looking forward to that sort of freedom and that change. And I know Daisy is too. Oh my god, she's desperate to finish now, and like she can swim, and like obviously she's done really well to be at stage 7 at her age, but you know, it's just nice to tick it off. We're 4%, so it might be this week, it might be next week, who knows, but we're so close. And yeah, so that's the plan. Sorry, I'm telling my life story again. And then for us, we've got some broccoli cheese up and some grana padano cheese. I'm just gonna make us like a broccoli risotto. We have risotto rice in, probably got garlic bread in the freezer, so it's one of those where like it's just one that I can stick together, you know, once we get home. And then on Tuesday, I'm gonna do curry night with those pot sauces. I just saw them, they were £2 each, and I just thought I want to give them a go. I'm curious because I've tried their stock before and that's good, and I'm just curious to see if the sauces are nice. That's really why I bought them. It's an experiment if anything, and we have chicken in the freezer that needs using up, so kind of makes sense. We have garlic naan bread in the freezer as well, and we always have rice in, so that's quite an easy meal for everybody. And I've got poppadoms and mango chutney as well as like a side. And then on Wednesday night, just baked potatoes with salad, various topping. We have tuna in, I've got some more beans, we've got cheese, we've got salad bits obviously. I've got some corn nuggets. Sometimes I do those on the side for a bit of like extra protein or something like that. We have a little pack of bacon lardons that I could cook off. We've got barbecue sauce. We could do like loads of different things, but I find that's a really filling, easy meal that's like warming and comforting as well, and always goes down really well with everybody. So that is just our sort of week in a nutshell. But I hope you found that useful, and I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm gonna try and get all of this put away and do a few little jobs, but I also just really want to like take the time to make sure that like if he needs a cuddle, I'm there for a cuddle kind of thing, because they're only little for such a short time and it goes so quick. So yeah, I'm gonna go now, but have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you all very, very soon.